Let's jump right in. I am so incredibly pumped for today's explainer because we're tackling something that feels honestly like pure science fiction, but it's actually right at our fingertips. Today, our mission is to completely demystify capable coding agents. We're going to deconstruct the newly announced Microsoft Agent Framework and show you exactly how to build what developers are affectionately calling an AI claw. If you've been wanting to move beyond those basic chat boxes and actually build an agent that does real, tangible work, well, you are in the exact right place.
But first, I want to hit you with a really stark question. What makes AI agents actually feel like magic? You absolutely know the feeling. You type a prompt, and suddenly the agent is writing code, it's searching the web, fixing errors, deploying an app, all entirely on its own. It kind of feels like there's a ghost in the machine, right? A little digital brain that just inherently knows how to do your job. Well, we need to challenge this illusion right now, because to build it, we have to break the spell. So what's the actual secret sauce here?
The harness. That's it. That is the punchline. It is literally not magic, folks. It's just a carefully engineered agent harness looping around a language model. If you strip away all the slick user interfaces, that seemingly magical autonomy boils right down to this singular architectural concept.
Section 1. Meet the AI claw. Okay, let's dive into this and define exactly what it is we're building today. Because once you understand the basic anatomy of a claw, you'll realize you actually have the power to build your own custom automated workers. So a claw is a capable command line interface style agent. It doesn't just generate text, It can plan out a multi-step sequence. It can physically use tools like calling APIs or executing code. It remembers things across different turns of a conversation. And most importantly, it can safely act on your behalf. This is an agent that isn't just some passive encyclopedia, it's an active participant in your workflow, fetching data and executing commands right there in your terminal.
Section 2. Inside the agent harness.
So how do we actually give our claw these superpowers? Let's tear down the composable building blocks of the harness provided by the Microsoft Agent Framework. And by the way, this is fully supported for both .NET and Python developers, which is awesome. I absolutely love this comparison because it just clarifies everything. Think of the language model, like GPT-4, as the engine. It's incredibly powerful, right? It provides all the raw intelligence and the driving force. But a raw engine sitting on a test block isn't a car. You can't drive it to the grocery store. The agent harness is the dashboard. It provides the steering wheel, the brakes, the GPS, the dials. The harness is what actually takes that raw horsepower and channels it into something you can control, direct, and rely on to get from point A to point B without crashing.
And what exactly is on that dashboard? Well, the Microsoft Agent Framework ships with these 6 batteries-included building blocks. Let's rapid-fire through them. First up, tools. This gives the agent hands to interact with the world. Second, a plan, giving it a methodical brain to break down complex tasks. Third, memory, so it doesn't suffer from amnesia every time you talk to it. Fourth, approvals. This is a totally crucial safety net, so it can't do anything dangerous without a human saying okay. Fifth, observability. Think of this as the black box flight recorder so you can see exactly why it made a specific decision. And finally, deployment, a way to package the whole shebang up into a real usable service. The real beauty here is that these multiply what a model can do, and developers no longer have to hand-roll every single piece from scratch. It's a real game changer.
Section 3. Why build this now?
Now, what's really interesting about this is why this framework is finally practical to use in 2026. Why now? It all really comes down to the evolution of the models themselves. Look, older models required intense, heavy hand-holding. If you tried to put a harness around an old model, the loop would just break. The model would forget its instructions, hallucinate a tool, or just get completely lost in a multi-step plan. But today's highly capable models, they are expert jugglers. They can effortlessly handle layered instructions. They reliably follow your prompt, plus the harness's system prompt. They choose the correct tool, and they reason over the output without dropping the ball. The engine is finally strong enough to actually support the weight of the dashboard.
Section 4. Your personal finance assistant.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the framework operates in reality. Principal software engineer Wes Stain actually built a personal finance assistant as a sandbox example across his dev blog series just to prove this works. We aren't just talking theory anymore, guys. Let's walk through the practical workflow. Step 1. It uses a tool to look up livestock prices. Step 2. It accesses its memory to read your portfolio CSV file. Step 3. And this is absolutely massive. It prepares to make a trade, but it hits the harness's approval system. It literally stops in its tracks and asks for human authorization before executing a sensitive action. Then, once approved, Step 4, it drafts and outputs a comprehensive financial report. It's a perfect, real-world scenario that flexes every single muscle of that agent harness.
But really quick, a very necessary disclaimer for us all. This assistant is purely an illustrative sample. It uses mock market data, and it is definitely not financial advice. So please, whatever you do not let your newly built claw trade away your retirement fund.
Section 5. The Framework Roadmap.
Let's move along and see how this builds into a complete journey for developers who are ready to get their hands dirty. Wes Stein laid out a brilliant 4-part roadmap in his series. In Part 1, you set up the minimal harness, giving your claw web search and planning capabilities. Part 2 is all about data safety, reading files, managing durable memory, and setting up those all-important human approvals. Part 3 scales things up with background agents, shell access, and code act. And finally, Part 4 gets you production ready, plugging into OpenTelemetry for observability and deploying to Foundry-hosted agents. So it takes you all the way from a simple desktop claw to a full-on enterprise-grade, secure, hosted agent.
Which brings us to a massive, provocative question to wrap this explainer up. Are you ready to build your own claw? The illusion of AI magic is completely gone now, right? It's been replaced by the incredible, structured reality of the agent harness. The building blocks are there, the modern models are super capable, and runnable samples are sitting in the repository waiting for you to test out right now. The only question left is, in a world where you can literally build your own automated workforce, what will you build first? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.